All right, I am excited. Okay, so find your table. Make sure your hands are under your shoulders, knees under your hips to start. And it's very easy to sort of just relax and table and be lazy, but we don't want to feel that way. So we're going to kind of make a little claw with the hands. We're going to roll to the index finger. We're going to hug the elbows in and broaden the shoulder line. And then we're just going to start tucking the tail under and releasing it back a little bit, really just for the bottom of the spine. A, to check in with the hips, but B, also to fire up the belly, actually, because when that tail draws under, it should happen from the abdominals. So let's try this maybe one more time. Beautiful. And then without shifting too much, we're going to try to press that right leg back, keeping the hip down and pointing the toe. And we're going to do 5 circles in each direction, hugging the belly up so the low back doesn't arch. Staying really square in the shoulders. After 5, go the other way. You want to try to wake up the glutes a little without firing into the low back. One more time as you breathe, and then release that knee down. Reorganize your neutral as you press out through that left foot. Again, hug the front ribs up. 5 circles. Breathe. They don't need to be huge. And then take it the other way. Just little circles. Gorgeous. And release it down. Now walk your knees slightly behind you. We're going to come from child's pose. Make sure your hands aren't too narrow. We're going to unravel, and with a lot of belly control, dip the hips and lift the heart. Exhale, round back. Inhale, extend out and forward, and maybe neutral is all you come to, but if you feel you have more available, you can lift to extension. But think about the bottom of your spine and think about the belly, that gentle hug in. That keeps you safe and supported. Just one more time here. Beautiful job. Now from here, we're going to spin the left knee out and open up to a little side plank here. Yes, so we're going to reach overhead, and then we're going to use our strong side body to come up and over to side bend to the long leg. We're going to lift overhead, press up. This can be done standing too, or you can just hold your side bends. Just one more time. And this time, keep the leg down as you land. We're going to do some big shoulder circles. 2 in each direction, and the spine can follow. The gaze can follow if you wish. One more. Beautiful. Breathe your way up to your knee. Take it the other way. So stretch overhead to start. You can tuck the back toes if that helps you. Lift up using your side body, using your waist, side bend, and then come to that little float. Inhale up and over. Keep this very lateral. Exhale, stretch through that heel. One more time. Now this time, leave the leg down as you find your way to the hand. 2 big shoulder circles in each direction. Maybe the spine gets to travel too. Take it the other way. Lift up and release. Beautiful. We're going to come down to the elbows. Oh, keep your knees under your hips. And we're going to do those tucks and tilts again. But this time, we're kind of taking the shoulders out of the equation a little more so that you can really feel what you have available in your pelvis. One more breath here. Beautiful. And then gently walk your knees back until you land on that stomach. Take your arms overhead a bit. And inhale, pull your right palm down, notching the elbow back, and lift up, gazing to the right. Trying to not lift that right hip too much. Stretch back overhead. Left arm slides down, elbow notches back as we twist left. Weighting those hips. We'll do one more to each side. Inhale, drag and turn. Try not to have the arm way up by the ear. Last one. And come down. Make a little shelf for your chin. And just windshield wiper those legs side to side. Okay. We're going into some abs. These abs are no joke. So you're going to swivel yourself around. Lower to the mat. Make sure you can see me. All right, so find your imprint. Take a couple rocks here, back and forth. And then exhale your way into that imprint. Low back, relaxing to the mat, belly really engaged, like it's already work. And then bring those legs up into the air. Bring your arms up above your chest. All right, so we're just gonna start by reaching the right leg out and in. Exhale out, inhale, and try to keep that left knee right above the left hip. So we start kind of small, and then we're gonna kick it up a notch. Gorgeous. Now, next time your leg goes out, reach your arms overhead. Yes, exhale out, inhale in, making sure that you don't lose that connection between your ribs, your low back, and the mat. Last two, and then we're gonna add a curl up if you wish. So the next time you come up, curl up over that leg and back down. Exhale up and down. Exhale up and down. Last three. Last two. Last one. Now curl up and hold. Bring your arms wide. Flutter the arms in 100. But with that bent knee so that you can curl up even higher into flexion. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Return down. Now, here would be a great place to put your legs down if you need to. Otherwise, recommit to the imprint, arms above chest, left leg out and in. Exhale out, inhale in. Enjoy the long neck while you can. Of course, your head can stay down for this whole series if that's what's right for your spine. Or you could even lift up in a little hinge and bring your hands behind your head. All right, let's add those arms. Speaking of, exhale out, inhale in. Really feel the scapula gliding without lifting the ribs. Now, maybe you add that curl up next time. So curl, lower, lower. Yes. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Now we're gonna curl it up. This time we'll bring the arms by the ear or behind the head. Take those legs out long. Turn out and alternate toe tapping. So I'm gonna keep my arms by my ears. So my hips are open. Do I need to hit the ground? Absolutely not. If I'm curling up, I've got to be curled up, looking down those legs. I know this is a bit of a marathon. 8, 7, 6, no rocking in the pelvis. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the toes together, left hand behind the head, right fingers by the hip. We're going to reach past that hip, little penguins, side crunches. Gazes toward the ceiling. Draw your right ribs to your right hip for 3, 2, 1. Transition to the other side. You're just hovering those shoulders enough so you can reach past the left hip, right elbow wide, soft elbow, little bend. Gaze at the ceiling and pull the left ribs to the left hip. For 4, for 3, for 2. Last one. Release. Hug those knees wide and rock side to side. Nice job, guys. Woo. All right, we started off with a bang. That's a welcome back. All right, we're gonna use the green band now, but we'll still be down on the mat. So keep your bands nearby. Our goal here is to sort of activate some of the muscles so that when we stand, they're ready to fire. So think glutes, mid back, low back a little bit, lats. Okay, we're gonna start in table again. Now your belly should be really warm, so keep that positive energy there. We're gonna reach the right hand and left leg forward and back on the mat. And then we're gonna lift and tap. Exhale up, inhale down. So I'm not lifting from the top of the shoulder or the front of the hip. I'm lifting from my gluteal muscles, and I'm lifting the arm up from the muscles that surround the shoulder, and then even that wing muscle, the lats that come down toward the outside of the torso. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Return hands, wiggle that tail side to side, find your neutral. Stretch left arm, right leg, tap them to the ground, squeeze and lift up. Very square too. You don't want to lift so high that you start turning out. Good. I was getting a little lazy in the low back, so I had to pull those abs up. Happens to all of us. All right, 8, 7, almost there, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees down. Shift your weight forward, belly comes down. So we're gonna lift up, heels will squeeze together, toes are apart like a little penguin, rest your head. And we're just simply gonna squeeze the heels together and release. Squeeze and release. And you wanna avoid the pop, right? So keep your pelvis in neutral, draw your tail down, lift your belly away from the mat. And squeeze not just the heels, but squeeze from the outer thighs. Like you're trying to actually get your inner thighs to touch, even though that's not possible. For 8, keep your pelvis a nice flat triangle. 6, 5, use your breath. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release those legs. Come up to your knees, grabbing your green band. Quick transitions today, huh? I'm really awake. I haven't even had that much coffee. Sweep that arm up on a diagonal, lots of space around the ears. Draw the shoulders together as you pull out on the band. Yes, feel postural. Feel your muscles that align the spine, really lifting you up and out of your knees. This could be done seated or standing as well. And make sure it's not happening up here. Make sure if I had my hand between your shoulder blades, I could feel that work there. Couple more, we want to really wake these muscles up. We're 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to swivel around to seated. We're going to hook the band around the right foot, anchoring the feet and taking the bands both in that left hand. You can pop your knees up a little if that helps your spine stay straight. We're going to pull the left elbow back and release. Now here's where we really want to feel the side body muscles, those lat muscles. Almost give yourself a little pause here and let that shoulder retract in toward the spine. For 4, and 3, 2, last one. And then we gently switch sides. So we're sitting up nice and tall. Again, the knees can be softly bent. Pull your belly in. Exhale, pull the right elbow back and release. Keep your ears right above your shoulders. Once you've seen me move a few times, you can continue to look straight ahead. Other arms just relaxed on the floor or on the leg. Good, now don't just pull back and hug in. Feel that extra step of retraction that allows us to activate the correct muscles. Last 4, 3, you've got this 2, and release. All right, band aside for now. I'm finally gonna come up to stand. We're gonna do a little standing warm up. You can use your chair or not. It's not really a necessity. So we're just gonna start with parallel legs with a slight bend. And we're gonna bring the hands behind the head. We're gonna do some standing cat and cow. So from here, we're gonna allow the tail to lift behind us. We're gonna open the head into the hands and allow the ribs to open up. And then as we exhale, we'll hollow around the center, drawing the elbows toward the earth. Inhale, reach up, find your long spine. Exhale, draw in and round. Try not to yank on your neck. Use the hands supportively. Last one. And this time, release over the legs. Hang heavy in your hands and then roll up all the way through that spine. So if you want, your chair it can be on the side of you. We're going to start in a little V. And then outside leg and arm are going to sweep forward, out, and pull in. Sweep forward, out, pull in. You can notice my leg doesn't really bend at all because I want to wake up the inner and outer thighs. For 3, for 2. Yes, last one. Now take this arm, reach it across your body. Exhale, pull the elbow back as you rotate. Squeeze your inner thighs together. We're not extending the arm fully. We're just turning those ribs, turning that gaze. For 4, for 3, try not to let the hips go with you. For 2, last one. Now take that outside leg behind you, prop up on the toe. Little curtsy squeezes. Put more weight in the front foot than the back and really squeeze those inner thighs as you lift that pelvic floor. Yes, got it. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now keep it here as you side bend and lift up. Inhale, exhale. Move those ribs. For 3. Really warming up the spine for 2. Last one, parallel legs. Little bit of running. So we're gonna do left, right, right, left, left, right, left, left. I can't talk. 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, or just run if your brain and body aren't working like mine today. Gorgeous. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you liked that chair, switch it over to the other side quickly, little V. I take the opposite side, sweep forward, out, and around. Lots of energy as you pull into the body. Pretend that arm is moving through sand. Last 3, you want to feel really long here. You know that's hard for a shorty like me, but I'm trying. Last 1. Beautiful job. Now take that arm, stretch it across the body, notch the elbow back as you squeeze the inner thighs as a counterpoint to the rotation. For 4, and 3, 2. Last 1, take that outside leg behind you, propping up on the ball of the foot. Bend the knees and squeeze everything up. More weight in the front foot than the back. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we'll finish with those side bends. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Try to set that humerus bone, your arm bone, into your shoulder and just move through your waist. Last 2, last 1, and we'll turn and face our chair for a nice flat back stretch. Biceps outside of ears. You can sway side to side, whatever you need to do to release your low back so that you're ready for arms. Let's grab our green band. This one's gonna be interesting. So step your left foot onto the band and bring your right foot behind you into a little lunge. You wanna feel like a little launching pad. You may wanna choke up on your band. All right, so we're gonna hold that left arm back behind us. So we're just rolling the shoulder back and down and holding. And then we're gonna bend the right and kick out and in. So left arm's working isometrically, right arm's working, just working. Push and pull. Keep that shoulder down and back into the spine. Don't get lazy on the left. For 4, 3, 2, reach it back and long and straight arm pulse. Yes. Again, roll the shoulder down, lift the belly away from the thighs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch feet. Woo, baby. Okay, so for this, the right arm's just gonna hold in place. The left arm's gonna lift up, kick out and in. Good. Push and pull. Keep the ears right above the shoulders. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that arm long and pulse up to the ceiling. So it looks like this. Well, I still hold that right arm. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, feeling this today. All right, both feet are gonna step in now. We're gonna take the band through the palms and sit down to a little chair. Make sure your tail is long. Pull up those elbows, bicep curl. So set your shoulders first, and then that determines how wide your elbows and wrists are, because it all stays in line. Yeah. If you need more tension, give yourself more. If it's too much, give yourself less. If you find you're hiking up or rounding forward, you're gonna lose the work in the biceps. Fight for that balance between collarbones and shoulder blades. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna take the band, cross it in the front to make a little X, palms face back. We're gonna pull wide, elbows wide like goalposts, and back down. You might want a good amount of tension for this. Squeeze up, retract shoulders. Exhale, inhale. For 4 and 3, keep your tail long but supported. 2 and 1. Now we're just gonna switch the orientation so the opposite side's on top. Here we go. Pull, push, pull, push. Once you see what I'm doing, bring your gaze down so that, or in front of your mat a bit, so that your ears help align your cervical spine. Last 4, squeeze between the shoulders. 3, Here's 2. And release. Round and slowly come up. Boy, I thought that was beautiful. All right. This song is very peppy. We're going to get into the quads and the calves. All right. You might want to be behind your chair. So, this one's a bit of a marathon, so hang in with me. Start in parallel, feet somewhat narrow, shoulders back and down. We're going to start with releves, up and down. Now, I just did the thing you shouldn't do, which is come way forward. Keep yourself balanced and lift straight up if you can. Yeah. Thank goodness I can see my own poor form, right? So elongate those calves. I'm not even letting my heels touch. I'm very aware about the balance of my weight. Equally balanced across the balls of the feet. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to sit down for 2. Come up for 2. Down for 2. Don't let that tail tuck under. Now hold it. Pulse. 2. Tail straight down like a pendulum. 5. Knees straight forward. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Belly lift. 15. Hold it here. Drop and lift those heels. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Release. Turn out. In your first. Heels start together. Lift and lower. Yeah, so you want to feel your alignment here. Imagine yourself dangling from the ceiling from a string. Body's very balanced, front and back, like they're 2 panes of glass. 4, 3, 2. Now slow plies, hold it up, come down. 2, squeeze it in as you rise. Down for 2, up for 2. Now hold it down. Pulse. 1, 2. Feel the hips, the glutes. 5, 6. You got this. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Getting into those muscles. 13, 14, 15. Hold it down. Drop and lift those heels. Drop and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Wide parallel. Here we go. 8 lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel elastic. 7. Hold it up. Slow sits. Down for 2. Up for 2. Lift that pelvic floor as you come up to rise right here. Sit it down. 1, 2. Knees straight forward. 4, 5. Spine nice and vertical. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hold it down. Roll through those heels. 5, 4, 3, 2. Only one more time. Turn it out wide. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's making me sweat. 6, 7. Hold it up. Down for 2. Up. Squeeze in. One more. Down for 2. Nice and wide. Up. Squeeze in. Hold it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use your glutes. 5, 6. Postural muscles. 8, 9. This is it. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hold it for ankle rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, and done. Boy, I'm just sorry. I'm just sorry, guys. It's gonna be a great time to take a little breather, grab some water, towel off. I'm gonna open a window. All right. Little stretch if you need it. So for our next one, we're gonna grab one weight. That's all you need. This is for standing abs. So this is more for your center, your core, or your legs a little, less for the arms. If that helps you to know. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're gonna start in a second position. We're gonna turn out, and we're gonna slide down that imaginary wall. We're not rolling in, we're opening up, pressing the inner thighs back. Let's take the weight in that left hand. So move slowly with this, and you can always drop the weight. So we're gonna side bend, dropping that right elbow to the thigh and pull back up. Yes. And again, this is about the waist working. So it's not so much about the arm. Make sure your tail stays long. Your low back is arching. This is not going to be a pleasant experience. Exhale, inhale. For 4 and 3. Your legs are going to work a little here too, I gotta be honest. 2. Last one. And then carefully switch sides. Find that length and then pull over and come up. So this time, as we bend to the left, the right side works, right? These ribs that open and close. Use that opposite arm to push into the leg to create a little effort in opposition. 4, 3, you got this. 2, and 1. Come up slowly to stand. Good, now we're gonna sit into a little chair. We're gonna hold the weight the long way. Sit your weight back. We're gonna twist to the left hip, come back to center. Twist left, center. Look at your knees. They should not move at all. It's just those ribs. Shocker, right? So draw your sitting bones together as though they're magnetized. Last 3 and 2. Last one, now quick to the other side. Here we go. Back to center. Keep your weight in all 4 corners of your feet and feel those ribs twisting around. Outside of hips, like you're trying to bring your opposite shoulder across. For 4, for 3. We're almost there, 2. 1, come to center, roll up. Okay, one more in this series. Step right leg back, or left leg back, let's say, to lunge. Making sure you're not on a balance beam. You're gonna really press it on that weight. And as you lift, you're gonna twist to the outside of that leg. Come back. This is more about the twist than the reach behind you, so it doesn't need to be a huge lunge. Keep this front knee happy and stable by squeezing the glutes on that side. For 3, you got it. 2, big twist. 1, shake it out. Other side. Set yourself up for success. Inhale here, exhale. Exhale, pull across, press into that weight. Create some tension between the hands and shoulders, which will translate to the ribs. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and finish. Brilliant job, guys. We're gonna get into the arms again, this time with weights. All right, are we ready? So this one's has a little more shoulder involvement. Make sure your legs relax a bit. So we're gonna start in chair one more time. We're gonna sit it back, keep that tail long. We're gonna bring the arms out in a little diagonal and just bicep curl. So lots of weight in your feet and your seat so that you don't have to rock and roll here. Remember, shoulders set, elbows and wrists follow. Couple more. And you should feel lifted here so your low back isn't collapsing or arching. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now turn those palms out at your forehead. Push out and pull in. Push out and pull in. Like you're going to salute or high five. Yeah, that's better. I can see me. Try to relax those traps. If it's getting to be too much, reset, press. Find some work in the back, not just the biceps and shoulders. For 3, for 2, for 1. Come on up. Wider stance. You can be turned out or not. Take that right arm to the right hip. Left arm stretches out. You're going to take your temperature, stretch back. Turn the palm forward, stretch back. Oh, I feel a little faint. I do feel hot. For 3, stretch. 2, stretch. 1, stretch and release. If you have 5s or heavier, this is a lot. Stretch, turn, stretch. Roll the shoulder down as your hand comes up. Yes, inhale, exhale. Last 3, and 2. Last 1. Now take the weights in front of you. Simple bicep curls. Let's get out of the shoulders for a breath. Make them work for you. Yeah. If you have light weights, create some resistance for yourself. Or you could move faster. Almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to narrow up my stance a little. I'm going to pull the weights overhead, bringing them together behind my back. Straight, long spine, shoulders locked in place. Belly pulling out. I'm going to press apart and come back to tap. Make sure your ears stay over your shoulder. Yeah. Little tricep presses. So instead of going straight up, we're kind of coming up and out. Almost there. This is the final arm burn in this series. Last 8, 7. Leave space around your ears. Beautiful swan. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and finish. Come down with control. Beautiful job, guys. Okay, our next song is our last standing song. It's not terribly fast, but it's designed to get the heart rate up a bit. So just be prepared for that. Some toweling. So you want to be to the side of your chair. You don't need it tremendously, but sometimes it's nice to just grab if you feel a little off balance. All right. Quick sip of water, and we're going to go. We're going to start with parallel leg squats and knee drives. So we're going to be no wider than hip distance, really, or maybe shoulder distance at best, okay? We're going to make sure we sit back. You can have a light hand on the chair, and then we're going to push up and drive that outside knee. Inhale, exhale. So feel the squat fully, and then transfer the weight into that standing leg. Sit way back, right? Reach your hips for that imaginary chair, and really try to hit that parallel squat, so don't squeak out this way, okay? Couple more. Standing leg, still and strong. That knee reaches toward the pinky toes, and it doesn't wobble. It's a confident knee, cocky even. Last 2. Last one. Now keep it wide here. Stretch your arms overhead, stretch your tail behind you, and lunge side to side. So it looks like this. I'm sticking my bottom behind me, lifting my belly up. If the arms are too much, come to the hips. Just a couple more. 3, 2. Now arms overhead, little run. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hands to the thighs. Roll up. Same concept in second. Tall spine, plie, knee up, plie, knee up. So this time, we don't need to dip the heart or torso forward. Inhale here, exhale, drive. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here, arms overhead as you side to side lunge. Yes. Lift out of your waist, up through the sides of your ribs. Feel your glutes reaching toward one another. For 3, 2. Hold it here, little runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Roll up. We got to the other side. You can use your chair if you need it. If not, parallel legs. Sit back, knee up. Inhale, exhale. You can see yourself in your screen. Check out that form. Make sure those knees keep reaching forward toward the middle toes at least. Lift that belly up and sit those hips back. 3, 2, 1. Now we hold it, arms overhead. Kick the hips behind you, flat back. Side to side lunge. 4, 3, 2. Hold it here, little runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll up. Last time. Turn it out. Sit. Drive that opposite knee. Lift from your pelvic floor. Keeping it wide. Opening those hips. 5, 4, you can do this. 3, 2, 1. Hold it down, arms overhead, side to side. Shoulders on the back. 5, 4, squeeze your glutes together. 3, 2, 1. Last set of runs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and you're done. Wow. Bravo. We're gonna head to the mat. We got a little more work on the mat. Make sure you have your stuff nearby, because this is our transition. So I'm gonna bring my weights down. I'm gonna get my chair at the end of my mat. And I'll even have my band nearby, just in cases. All right. We've got a little more glute work. You can do this. So you can choose to use a weight for this or not. If you would like a weight, put it behind your right knee. A little ball would work too. We're gonna come down to the left elbow. Right hand is gonna come out a little with tented fingers. Now try not to shift all your weight left. Keep yourself sort of evenly distributed, tucking the toes. And we're gonna take that right leg out to the side like a little hydrant. Good, controlled, not too fast. I said the other day, this reminds me of, have you seen that commercial that's like, and free, and free, and free, and free, and free, where they're doing this at warp speed? I said, oh, it's me. We're 4. Don't swing that pelvis. 3, 2, hold it up. Now push straight back, like not across the body, back behind yourself for the opposite wall. Push, release, push, release for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna open up so much that the top hip is stacked on the bottom hip, and we'll pulse up. Point your toe, squeeze that weight, and if you feel like you can, lift to side plank. Oh yeah, little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, other side. Wow. I'm gonna turn around just so you can see my moving side. Although that stable side sure works, so weight behind left knee, right elbow down. Left hand up. All right, we're gonna open up to that hydrant. So this comes from that femur bone swinging out. We don't need to rock the pelvis, right? So keep your pelvis sort of level, or as level as you can, for 5, 4, hug the belly and protect that low back. Oh, my standing leg feels this now. Okay, keep it up, push straight back with your heel, push. So just open the front of the hip a little. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now point the toe, turn it up, stack the hips and lift. And if you're feeling up for it, open to that side plank. Almost there. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, carefully come down. Holy guacamole. Release your weights. Sit your hips back into child's pose if you can, and send your right hip out to the right as your hands reach left. You don't even have to be low. This is about making a little crescent shape with the side body. Come back through center, hips press left, walk your hands to the right. All right, guys. Final push here. We're gonna do a little bit of abs and planks to finish strong, okay? All right. So we'll start with the planks. I always feel like, let's get those planks done. All right, so we're gonna start in table again. Boy, is table our position today or what? So start like we did class. Hands under shoulders, little tiger paws. Roll a little more emphasis into the knuckle of the index finger. Good. Bring those knees right under those hips. Tuck your toes. So we're just going to be simply lifting the knees up and down. It sounds so simple, but if you really work from that pelvic floor, it can be challenging. So you're just going to lift and lower, lift and lower. Now, yes, you could just push into your feet and hike up your hips, but we want to feel this tethering. Keep going. Like the belly is what's driving the hips up. Almost like you were going to pike. A lot of you ladies have done pike on ball with me. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. Last 4. Strong shoulders. Assist. 3, 2, 1 more time. Beautiful. Now, with the knees a little closer, we're going to squat back and then lift up to a releve down dog. We're going to squat back, cover the knees, lift up. Keep those heels lifted. Squat and lift. Last 3 and 2. Last one. Beautiful. Relax down. We're going to take the elbows down under the shoulders now. Okay. Walk back to full plank if you can manage it. Good. Now here, we're going to take the right hip and bring it toward the right ribs. Yes. So your hip is just hiking up to the side. It's not a dip. It's not a rotation. Last 3. These are not easy. 2, 1. Other side. Left hip toward left ribs. Yes. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Relax. Okay, swivel around, final push. You may want your feet close to your, like on the same side as your chair, but you want room to move the legs. Okay. Are we ready? This is it. Think 3 minutes of work and you're done. So, we're gonna start down. We're gonna start with the biceps by the ears. Some of you have done this with me. All right, we're gonna reach for the legs. We're gonna float the legs up. We're gonna bring the legs down, curl up higher. Start position. Curl up. And long legs. Legs down, little lift. Lower. 3 more. Curl up, neutral pelvis. Tuck under, extend those legs. Pull the legs down, reach up. Reset. Curl it up. Reach. Come down, lift. Last one like this. Roll the ribs in. Reach the legs. Lower down. Reach up. Back down. Find your way into imprint. So rock a little if you need to. And then use your muscles to draw that pelvis heavy. And the legs up in the air. Okay, we got an option with this. We're gonna bring hands behind the head. You can either hover your left leg, or you could place it on a chair, or you could place it down. Okay? We're gonna bend that right knee, and we're gonna curl up to it, reach it long. Curl up, reach it long, bringing it toward the right elbow. You don't have to tap. So if curling up is not right for you, even just the reach out and in is pretty intense. Last 3, last 2, last 1, bend the knees. Rock side to side. Decide what you want to do for your other side. If your low back was pulling out because of the long leg, maybe put your other leg on the ground instead. Legs up, right leg out to the chair or to the floor. Here we go. Curl in on the left, reach out. Curl in, reach out. Curl in, reach out. You got this. Keep going. For 4. Looking good, ladies. For 3. Last 2. Last 1. Okay, rest your head, rest your legs down. Let's take the left leg out. You can keep the head down or you can curl up. We're going to open that leg to the left. Sweep it out, pull it in. Now, if you want a little more challenge, you can tabletop the right leg. Try not to rock. Strong, sturdy pelvis. Last 2. Last 1. Reorganize. Decide, did you like the leg down? Do you want the leg up? Curl up if you wish. Right leg comes out and we open to the right. Flex that left foot so it doesn't get lazy. For 5, for 4, 3, 2. Last 2 things. Bring your heels together, toes out like a frog. Exhale, curl everything up. Pushing the legs out, inhale, bend, knees wide. Exhale up. You can keep your head down if you need to. For 3, Almost there, grand finale's coming too. Last one. Now curl up and hold and tap those heels. For 20, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, die. Oh, baby. Now all day your abs will be with you. They'll be fully present. Hug those knees or under the thighs and just rock side to side. Phenomenal job, guys. Woo! That was a push. All right, when you're ready, bring your legs down, bring the soles of your feet together. Press the soles of your feet together a little bit and bring your arms overhead to open the shoulders. Start to regain control of your breath. Breathe into your hips. Right, you've created a little bit of effort from the sole of one foot into the sole of the other to let the front of the hips hopefully open a bit. Soften. Breathe into the forehead, behind the eyes, the sinuses, the jaw, the throat, the tongue. Let go of the teeth, let go of the tongue. Breathe into the back of your neck at that occipital ridge. Right, those sheaths come forward and connect up here to the brow, and they can cause tension headaches. Breathe there. Heart forward, hips open, ready to take on the world. One more breath. And then just bring those feet together, and then we'll do the opposite. We're going to come to constructive rest. So we'll turn the toes in, and we'll come to knock knees, so the femur bones roll medially toward the midline, and then we'll take the arms really overhead, clasping elbows or wrists. But make sure your inner thighs are actually holding one another up. This is supposed to be restful. So it feels like work, make an adjustment. Let your ribs open a bit. Relax a little. Soften. One last breath like this. Beautiful job. Okay. So I'm just going to creep myself a little closer to my chair. I'll put my left leg up and I'm going to cross my right over the left. As always, we'll do both sides. I'm going to flex that foot and rock gently side to side. Just trying to keep my pelvis heavy and open up the back and the outside of the right hip. Little rocks. Now, if you find a spot where you'd like to stay, or if this is not very effective for you, you could curl up, you could reach your arm through your leg, you could lift your leg. You could even just encourage wideness here with that right arm. One more breath. Beautiful. Now cross the legs a little more tightly, bring the left foot to the mat, and take your spinal rotation, gazing back toward your right palm, anchoring your right shoulder, using your left hand if you want to get even more of a stretch. One more breath, and then come back through center. Switching sides, so my left foot comes up, my right foot comes up, my left foot comes over. Is it opposite day? I hope not. My daughter said last night, Mom, I heard this funny joke where you just do everything the opposite everyone asks you to do, and at the end of the day, you tell them it was opposite then. I thought, oh, wouldn't that be a joy? All right, flex that left foot, rock side to side, heavy pelvis. So fight that desire for the tail to tuck under, right? Find your neutral. One more breath. And then with T arms, you're going to cross your legs a little tighter, bring the right foot down. Let the legs fall to the right, gaze back toward the left palm. Again, you can use your right hand to help increase that stretch as long as you're anchored across the shoulder line. Oh, loving this today. One more breath here. Beautiful, gently release. Let's put that left foot back on the chair. Let's take the right leg, grab behind the thigh and extend and bend it a few times. We're trying to stretch the hamstrings here. If you need to curl yourself up and use your hands to help increase that hamstring stretch, feel free. And then you can point and flex the ankle. 2 times before you switch. So left leg comes up in the air, grab behind the thigh if you can. If you need to walk it up. And then a few movements through the ankle. Hopefully this feels nice. Good, hug those knees. Then we're gonna roll right around, coming onto the belly, facing the chair, laying on down. Now we'll take right foot in right hand. Make sure you find your alignment so that knee does not flare out. It stays behind, falling down from the hip. And then encourage your inner thighs to sort of reach up for the sky as you soften the front of that right hip to the mat. Beautiful, long breaths. Elongate the fibers in the quadriceps and gently release, switching sides. Sometimes it takes a little movement like this to grab the foot, but then you can come back, right? Roll the shoulder open. Think of squaring your shoulder, your collarbones, your shoulders, your hips. Again, inner thighs reach up to the ceiling. As you press the foot into the hand and soften the left hip. Oh, that part. I always need that part. One more breath. Gently release. Take the feet, kicking my water. Mats width wide, and then roll the heels in for some external rotation. We're gonna come up to final extension. If you want your elbows down, that's fine. You can also grab your chair legs. So we're gonna roll the shoulders back and down, lift the heart forward. You feel that upper back extend before we take it all the way. Good. Feel like you are elongating out of the waist. Maybe turn your gaze over each shoulder. Beautiful. And then take your time lowering down. Let's press up onto the knees. We're going to take the hands to the chair. Right, so you're coming kneeling quite close to start. We'll keep the left arm down and we'll stretch the right arm up and over, maybe even up to the ceiling a little bit. Come back down, other side. Up and over, try not to arch that low back. So tail comes down, thighs press forward and back. Take your right leg, press it behind you. Might want to come down onto the elbows. Just sort of saw your way back and forth to release those calves muscles, and then other side. Yes, you did use your calves a lot today. And then hands flat and wide on that chair. Tuck your toes under, lift up and back, finding as much length in the spine as you can as the tail lifts up. Gorgeous job. And then bring your hands to your thighs and unravel that spine. We're just going to quickly stretch the arms before we head out. So draw one arm across your chest. Reach through the fingers. Try not to hold right on the elbow joint. You can hold above or below. And settle the shoulder away from the ear. So there's an active stretch here. And release. Other side again. Space around ears. Stretch through fingers. And release. Arms overhead. So little tricep release. I always go right into side bend, which I don't need to. And then heels together. Hands come overhead, right in front of the chest. Press your knuckles for me. Drape your chin down toward your chest and puff up between your shoulders. And then release those arms. Sweep them in front of the chest. Find your balance. Shoulders down, ribs down, float up and lower for 3, 2, 1. Open the heart for your high release. Bravo, girls. Beautiful job. Amazing. Thanks for joining me.